have something good.
But were you surprised? When you have Andrew Mwenda,
Yeah, exactly. In the same room.
you're bound to have sparks.
That would be, but that we really didn't understand what he was doing there. So I don't know whether we were subject to some kind of surprise or I don't know.
No.
Norbert MAO, the Minister of Justice, has come out to side with the German ambassador. Remember, German ambassador got a threat from the CDF, the son of General Kaguta Museveni, threatening him of demonstrations, but also threatening him with a gun on his street. Okay? He used a proverb of bring my gun. Okay? So Norbert MAO came out to give his word to the German ambassador, saying that all those things are background noise, so as long as the president has not given it a green light. And for me, I think Norbert MAO was playing PR, because we all know how the state functions in Uganda. The CDF can do literally anything, and yet he cannot come out to account. The CDF has ever been called in parliament and called them clowns. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the assurance which was given by the Minister of Justice, Norbert MAO, to the German ambassador, Matthias Schau, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. For the past month, Uganda has been embroiled in unnecessary foreign wars. In fact, it continues to show us that we are under military rule, when even the diplomatic part of ours is handled by the military. The EU, together with the German ambassador, went to Salim, a person who does not hold any place in government. By the way, that continues to show that Saleh is the de facto vice president, to complain about diplomatic issues and issues of security. They didn't go to the foreign minister, they didn't go to the vice president, yet in the actual constitution, at least if they don't go to the president, they must go to the vice president or the foreign affairs minister, but they chose to go to General Salim. So they also know where the government resides. When they went there, General MUHOOZI came out gun blazing, calling them criminals, calling them traitors, calling them that they met Bobby Wine because they want to overthrow the president. In fact, the army gave out a message saying that there are some fundings that are done by this German ambassador of rebel groups. But we all know how General Museveni works. Whenever you want to touch on his ills in government, he'll call you a traitor, he'll call you a rebel, he'll take you to the court martial if you're Ugandan. It has ever happened to Dr. Kizza Besigye, it has ever happened to Bobby Wine, it has ever happened to supporters, to Mukunde, etc. And I highly think if the German ambassador was Ugandan, by now he would be in the court martial. Okay? So that is the problem with our leaders. They think that to solve the problem of the agitation, they must subjugate the masses through coercion, through criminal justice systems. Yet actually they should work on those issues people are complaining about. So Norbert MAO came out to give his word to the German ambassador, Matthias Schau, telling him that he should feel at home. Those are background noise, so as long as the person he reports to has given him a green light. In fact, this conversation was so short, I would want to leave it to you. Here's the tape.
Apart from what we saw in the media, the community was very receptive to your visit. Water Channel was very happy.
President talked about those guys.
We had a good discussion with him. That's why I'm here today. But then there was a bit of a sort of, let's say, media hype.
The disruptor.
Around certain things. But I think nothing bad that doesn't always have something good.
But were you surprised? When you have Andrew Mwenda,
yeah, exactly, in the same room.
You're bound to have sparks.
Yeah, but that we really didn't understand what he was doing there. So I don't know whether we were subject to some kind of surprise or I don't know.
Until you hear it from the president. Okay. After all, you only present your credentials to one man, to the president, not to anybody else.
No, we have not heard
my opinion.
That is Norbert Mao. Okay? So Norbert Mao is a Minister of Justice. Coming out to comfort the German ambassador, it also shows you that however much because it was a mistake for Mao to go in government, because even his standing is being eroded away. Sometimes he has to protect the ills of government. Yet Mao, by that, keep on telling people that Mao is one of the good brains we have in the country. Just that he's the same person who came out to say that even if you have good brains and they are being used in the wrong way, then your wisdom ceases to exist. And this is what happened to Norbert Mao. Norbert Mao wants to serve in the regime, enjoying the perks. Yet in some moments he doesn't want to attach the ills of the regime on him. Sometimes he speaks as if he wants to return back to your position. So Norbert Mao is confused because of the freebies in the regime. But coming out to comfort the German ambassador, it also shows you that even within cabinet, there are some people who are seeing that our country is not going in a good direction. Yet they continue to cheer on the regime. It's so unfortunate. What MUHOOZI did to threaten the German ambassador is not good. In fact, they were reactionary, cutting ties with the German government and etc. We all know that there is no German ambassador who is funding rebel groups. Why is it that everyone who comes out to contest General Kaguta Museveni, he faces such charges? They charge him of being a rebel, substantive activities. It is everyone in history. It means that General Museveni, since he led a coup, he thinks that everyone who wants to remove him in government may use the same things. Okay. So I urge the government of Uganda to understand how politics plays. Because at the end of the day, the EU, the Far East, the world order is being commanded by two parties. The United States of America, that is the Far West, and the Far East, China and everything. Telling us that we should not fight for our democracy if we get support from those people. It is also bad, because even when General Kaguta Museveni was fighting the bush, he got both monetary, moral support from different leaders. Uganda is a global place. It's on the global village. Okay? And internet brought everything closer. The German ambassador coming out to say that you abducted Eddie Mutu and put him in the basement is speaking about the same thing. In fact, he confirmed your statements on Twitter. You cannot calling him on a rebel on account of calling you out on those ills. Of course, that's my opinion. Do because by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on YouTube channel, employee would subscribe, like and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. See you on another one. Peace.
Abampala n'obulungi nange benjagala obulungi.